Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Wheeler, I want to go back to this Wall Street Journal report, October 30th, 2014, which reported that you and the Commission were prepared to move forward on a hybrid 706 type approach, and I think that was consistent with a lot of the public reporting at the time. So is it your testimony that that was not, in fact, the case, that you were not at that time leaning towards a 706 hybrid type approach?
No, we had gone through an evolutionary process, and at that point in time, we were focusing on a hybrid approach. That is a correct statement. Okay,
very good. And so obviously something changed between October 30th and when you eventually submitted this rule. I think it's been pointed out how the President was very forceful in making his ideas known. Did you know that when the Commission adopted the rule, and here it is, 400 pages, February 26, 2015, the Democratic National Committee tweeted, congratulations for adopting President Obama's plan?
I found it out afterwards.
It's okay. And so you know that this is being reported as something that is actually the President's plan adopted by the Commission, and it's less that this is something that the Commission came up with on its own. Now, you had talked about the release of the report. The report could have been released in early February. The vote happened several weeks after that. Why not just release the proposed rule to the public, given that this is something that, one, has a lot of interest, but two, all the comment, all the period and input was done really before you had the movement to a Title II framework. So why not just let the people see it?
So I think there are a couple of things here. First of all, let me be clear that your comment about a hybrid being on the table is correct, as were the other approaches that, as I said to Mr. Jordan, the day following that journal article, the New York Times reported that there were 4 on.
No, I understand that, but with the transparency, can you address the transparency?
Yeah, I want to. This is Mr. Connolly and I, engaged in this. I did not release the draft order because it was the draft underlined order. I did take pains to have fact sheets and other outreach so that people understood what was in it.
So you're saying,
but the exact
let me
words,
clarify this, though, that you're saying it's a draft order until the Commission approved it, and that's why you didn't release it?
Yes, sir. That is the way things work, yes.
Well, actually, you could have released it, and that's been made clear, and I think that, particularly in this town, this idea that we're just passing things to find out what is in things without the public having access to that, I don't think that works. Let me ask you this. Can you guarantee to the American taxpayer, people who use broadband service, that if this goes into effect, that they will not see taxes show up as contributions to the Universal Service Fund?
We have carefully drafted this with 2 specific things in mind. One,
can you guarantee them that they will not pay more?
We have said that this does not trigger universal service. Okay, as I said to a previous question. But
that's been disputed. I know that one of your members dissented and said that he believes Title II imposes a statutory obligation.
We're talking past each other. Let me just be clear, okay, because this is a specific point. That the provision, we have forborne from the provision that would authorize us today in this rulemaking to do that, to have universal service. There is a joint federal-state board addressing that very question today. How they resolve things in the future, I do not know. But this rulemaking was very clear to say that we do not trigger that which you're concerned.
But it does not foreclose it, and the fact that we're in Title II framework, that opens the door for this to happen, depending on what is decided with that commission. I want open, robust internet. When I see 400 pages of red tape, this to me does not seem what openness is going to be. And the experience of when the government gets involved in these things, the 400 pages it's never going to be less than 400. It's going to be more. It's going to metastasize, and government's going to be able to get involved in other aspects of this. And I wish the public would have had more input. I know that this is going to be contested, obviously, in the courts and here in the Congress. I'm out of time, and I yield back.
Can I clarify one thing, sir? There's actually 8 pages of rules in there. The rest is establishing the predicates and the background for instance, the court challenge.